I landed London on the 6th of February 2022, and I remember how I felt. I felt so proud of myself. I felt like everything I wanted to achieve in life was just within an arm's reach from me, and it was a good feeling. I called my mom, I called my family to tell them that I had arrived, and I found my way to Nottingham, where I had to stay with my friend. And then I started lectures from there. It was another city from my school, because Nottingham to Derby, where I schooled, was about 25 minutes by bus. So I needed to get a house in Derby, and the process was rigorous, but thankfully I was able to get a place in Derby, and I was able to pay and move into the place. And it was a 2-story building, but it was quite big. It had like nine rooms or thereabouts. So there were some Nigerians there already, and some of them were my schoolmates. So we became friends, and we got to chat, talk about our experiences, and I realized some of them were already working. We just came here. What do you mean you're working? So I asked them, like, hook me up, tell me the job you do and how I could get a job. So some of them were nice enough to share the jobs they did and how to apply. So I applied to I remember the company. I'm just holding back from saying the name, but I applied to the company. I got my first job as a domiciliary care worker. Now this is where it gets interesting. Prior to that time, I had never done care. The only time I got the feel of what it meant to help someone that was vulnerable was when my dad was ill, as at the time. So my sister and I, we had to help out, and it was something I enjoyed doing. It was beautiful, the banter, the jokes and everything. It didn't even feel like we were helping, so it was really beautiful. And I felt like if I could do that with my dad, then I can obviously do it with someone else. But what I did not know was I was in a foreign country. I wasn't going to be dealing with my dad. I was going to be dealing with people I don't know, people that don't trust me. Some of them don't trust me because of how I look. Some of them were obviously ill and they didn't mean some of the bad things they would say to me. So many factors that I was oblivious about until I started the job. And I remember my first shift, I had to leave home by 6 a.m. and I got home by 9:30 p.m. Now, if you haven't done domiciliary care, what it meant or what it entails is the people you were providing service to, they're called service users. So service user A could leave at point A, and service user B could leave at point C, and they were like 40 minutes walk away from each other. And if you did not have a car, you had to walk 40 minutes to go see someone, help the person for maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then walk back 40 minutes. I did not have a car, obviously. I was a student, so it was ridiculously painful for me. I remember my first shift, after I got into my room, I was like, what have I done? I was rethinking my life choices because I had given up everything precious to me. I mean, life wasn't that bad. I had a very nice life before I came here. What do you mean I have to do all this for the time being? What do you mean the time being? If I have to do this the next day, I'm going to lose my mind. But look, I had to do it. And the crazy part is you don't get paid for the time you walk. You only get paid for the time you're in a service user's place. So if you could walk 20, 50 minutes, if you spend 5 minutes in a service user's place, you're going to get paid for 5 minutes. So when my first pay came, I broke down crying. Oh my God, I cried. I cried so bad. I was like, what is this? This cannot be life. And some people were happily doing it. Some people were saying, look, this is what it is for me. I've been doing this for 20 years. Or this is what it's going to be. I need to get, I got so many opinions, and I just knew it wasn't sustainable. So I had to go back to what I knew how to do best. Oh boy, I prayed. I prayed so much. I told God, this is not the life I envisioned coming here. I haven't even started. This is just like 2 months. Was it 1 or 2 months into my relocation journey? And then, do you know the crazy part? I had to send some people money home. Some of my friends, obviously, some people that I was already sending money home to, I was already sending money to before I left. I had to send some money home. Now you're abroad, you have to, increase the amount you're sending. You post a nice picture on Instagram, people are sending you DMs like, I want to be like you. I pray for this blessing. Everything is, sometimes I'll be walking on the road crying and responding amen. No, for in my mind I'm like, nah, you wouldn't have it this bad. It was intense. It was a lot. So it was either that, or I had to try to get a job in a warehouse. I don't know how to stand for long. And I heard so many stories. People were standing in warehouses for 12 hours with only 30 minutes break. People were getting beat up at work. People were being stoned glasses, and people were trying to hurt them with knives and sharp objects. And you see, most of these people, after work, they come out and they tell you, this is for the time being. It will get better. What do you mean it will get better? Are you sure you'll be alive until it gets better? What if you get hurt at work? So many thoughts crossed my mind. And then you had some people tell you, I would rather take this than going back home.